Okay, we're here at the county line trailhead, and you want to know something funny? See those rocks there and right there? They're marking a path to bypass this gate, but they failed to realize that you can walk through right over on the other side. Kind of funny. All right, so this is the county line trailhead, and I'm heading up to Mount Mars, which is going to be way up there. I think it's going to be about a 2,500 foot climb, very steep. The route that I'm taking, it's going to be very steep. I haven't been on this trailhead for years, literally years. But my first trail that I built or compiled. Hey, look at this. See, this is wild fennel. Anyway. The first trail that I somewhat built and somewhat assembled, or, it was off of this road. Now, it's not really a road anymore. I mean, it's originally a road. This was the original Baldwin Ranch Road, actually, before they put it in over near Ragged Point. But anyway, it's like impassable after a certain part. So yeah, anyway, oh wow, this is new. There's always changes, all right, well, we'll hook up later. Oops, let me read. There we go. This is as far as a four-wheeler can get going up. Look how lush it is here. They just simply cannot pass this point right here. Isn't that beautiful? All those ferns. There's also all these horsetails up here, which are some of the oldest plants left around still. Nice to see people have stuck to a single area. In years past, people that would come hiking through here, they would just trample all over wherever. Okay, so we're almost where I'm going to break off, and I'll show you that point too. This right around the corner. There's a creek down there. I'll show you the trailhead of my trail, which is opposite of where we're gonna go up over here. All right. Okay. This it looks like nobody's really been down there this year, but it used to be. This was like a little bit of an access point to that creek, and people would stop there. But I built the trail going up there, and this is the side that we're going to go up over here. So I'm going to have to find the best location to get up, which might be here, might be over there. I don't remember. I don't have a track for it, and it's not a trail. It's just pure bushwhacking. So anyway, this is we're taking off now, going off trail. Okay, so we're in our what looks to be like, it's going to wind up being mostly grassy from here up, going on the route that I'm going on. And you see how we're in the coastal layer right now. Well, looky here. The sun will break through. Just a matter of time. Oh, I'm sorry. I was totally like aiming it at level. Eye level. Well, here we go. And then coming down. And here's eye level. Anyway, this is a nice slope right here. I'm going to continue up. Been spider walking. I think I must have gone down or gone up the most absolute steepest thing. Whew. But I'm here. That fence there, that goes up that ridge. That's the ridge we want to be on. I think in the past I must have gone up to because I remember passing this fence going down before several times. So I think I just went up the wrong way. But look at this outstanding view, huh? Isn't that awesome? Look at that. Wow. You know, I think I'm going to have to take a panorama photo of this. Just doing a whole 360 for you. Trying to go as slow as I can without stumbling. I get dizzy in places like this where I'm not like hanging on to something. All right, that's the full 360. We're pretty close to the top of this ridge, which is going to connect up to the trail that goes to Mount Mars. It's pretty damn steep here, guys. This is straight and level. Okay, and here's straight and level, and I'll turn around just to do a 180. Oh boy, I'm getting dizzy. Oops, I wasn't. This is the way. This is the, yeah. Can you believe that? Whew. I think I've gone well over 1,000 feet completely off trail elevation. Probably more like 1,500. I'll check. Well, I'm almost up top. It's right behind me. Boy, I tell you, about maybe 200-foot elevation down, there was a patch there that was nearly impossible to get through. It was just like it was like on a narrow part of the ridge and the steepness on the sides is like this. So yeah, like I'm not going to go side sloping there. And right on the ridge itself was a mass of like 10 different deadfalls, bushes, and they're all intermixed, and it took me about 15 minutes just to figure a way through without falling. But anyway, the top is literally, I don't know, you could see that pine tree right back there in the background. That's the top of the ridge for Mount Mars Ridge. So I mean, technically this is a Mount Mars Ridge too, but that's where there's a long used trail, but you'll see, it's not really a trail. Okay, finally up here. Well, I had to get my my loppers out to get through a big manzanita patch. I have never gone up that route, and if I was to go down it, not today, not with these footwear. Do I still have sticky balls? Oh, they pretty much all came off through the manzanita, I think. All right, so this is the quote-unquote trail, but you can get through, you know. But we're going to head up to that roadblock and clear it. All right, so I'm finally at the summit of Mount Mars. I did a trip here not too long ago, and I went up the Dutra Saddle Trail. And anyway, yeah, that's how I came up. Let me drop this stuff. Let me drop my trekking pole too. There. Take off my other glove. There we go. Excuse me, sorry. I wanted to show you something, because I can see Star Point from here, or I can see some of our trail. Now, it used to be you couldn't see this, but we opened this part up. So let me see if I can figure this out. Okay. All right. See screen center right there? That's part of the Star Point Trail. Right about there. And it goes up. And I suppose if I study long enough, let me bring this back to reality. I suppose if I study long enough, I can probably see more places as it gets up to the top. I know I can see here from many places up there. And I think I see 2950 Ridge. I think that's 2950 that I'm looking at. But I don't see the trail going up to it. It might be just that this is the wrong angle to get a good look at it, but anyway, so I've got a ton of work to do. If I want to complete all this work, I have to go open up that over there, down there too. But honestly, I'm pretty tired. And the trail is not actually completely obstacle free, let's say. It's still a little rough in some sections, but I cleared up the roadblocks. And that was my main goal, was to get rid of the roadblocks. And technically you can get through up there. You just have to crouch down around your waist, or like your navel area. You have to like hike looking straight down at the ground almost, but you can get through, so that's passable, at least for bushwhacking sake. I mean, sheesh, bushwhacking, when I'm like what I did this morning up there is like nothing in comparison. It was a lot of energy getting up here. I think I spent most of my energy just getting up to this ridge up here. Oh, further down. I don't even know if you can see it from here, where I climbed up. I don't think you can, because it's this ridge here that's got all the woods on it is in the way. Oh, I love coming out to a place where there's nobody but me. It's very therapeutic. Makes me let's how to say it. You know, there's a lot of crap going on in the world today. And when you're around cell phone reception and your computer, your laptop, whatever, your TV, if you watch TV, you know, you just get bombarded by all that crap. And, you know, we are the 99%. So that's not going to change. psychopaths run the world. That's not going to change. So I need to have time like this just to still feel excited about life, basically. This is what makes me excited. This is my love. Oh, you can see one track that hasn't completely... There was a fire break up on Silver Peak coming down from the top. There was at one time, it was like, you know, drivable, basically. But it's now just barely visible. And honestly, I don't know who would go down that. There's nothing to see. It doesn't continue all the way down. It stops. All right, stop yapping. I'm gonna go find some shade and a comfortable spot to sit my butt down. Maybe I can find some shade over there before the brush tunnel, or maybe even in that brush tunnel. I guess I really don't need a view. I just need to be out of the heat of the sun. And do my lunch, drink some more water, turn around and go back. And on my way back, I'm probably going to put those away, and I'm probably going to bring out my pruners, my hand pruners. All right. Okay, so this is the one that was the total blockage. And as you can see, you can now get through. It's a little tight, but you can see, like, I've got maybe 300 cuts in here. If you add them all up, pretty wicked. It's really hard for me to get the cuttings thrown off the trail. But to be honest, that route that I took this morning, that was a lot. Phew, boy, it just took all my energy. Anyway, so I've got my my hand pruners, and I'm just picking up stuff that I can. I'm going to leave the rest of this for somebody else, because technically you can get through now. You're going to have a little bit of brush contact, but hey, nobody goes to Mount Mars with, thinking that it's going to be zero brush contact. Okay, this is another another section that was not all the way, but it was pretty close to being all the way blocked in. And as you can tell, not anymore. Boy, I really tore up my clothes today. So, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need to do any more cutting from here down. Maybe I will. We'll find out. But look at this. Oh, let's see. I'll show you. I had to find a resting space for. So look at all that. It's pretty torn up. Oh well, it's the price of opening up a trail. Okay, so you see that right there? That's the old Baldwin Ranch Road. I call it the Bald Top, or the Bald. What is it? Oh, Bald Top Ridge Road. And then over here is the Murray Mine Road. That'll get you all the way up very close to Dutra Flat Camp. But it's not a road the whole way. This is an old road, and it's not been maintained. And then over here, I was just checking this out because I saw a track over here. And when I was looking over there, I saw a track right there. You can see it too, and I'm like, hey, what's that all about? And I'm looking over here and I'm seeing things been trampled down, and then I'm like, oh, okay, cow pie. Maybe the cows did this, but it looks like they've gone around through here and worked their way down and around. They're staying away from the trees for the most part, but there's a little bit of a trail going right through there, cow trail, and then of course down there, and it heads back up into the next ridge. So the cattle that they allow out here, I believe that that's their domain. I don't think there'd be hikers over there, because there's a lot more interesting stuff than side sloping for hours. That's what you'll be doing if you go over there. Side sloping really hurts your feet. Oh, and then I'm heading down County Line Road. And again, this road, it looks passable here, but you can't get all the way through. There's several blockage areas. Okay, let's hold this up high. What do you think, guys? Boy, I'm really tired. I don't know what time it is, but anyway, I'm glad that I'm now in the final, what is this, 2 miles? 2 miles down. See you at the bottom. Well, see you if there's anything interesting along the way. So we're coming into a place, a vantage place where we can see the ridge that I climbed up this morning. Pretty dang steep. I didn't do the front face right there, but I did up there where you see all that rock. Yeah, that was quite a hike. I went up. Let's see, I crossed that. Okay, I went up this guy right. Whoops, sorry. I went up this guy right here, and then I went around and I continued up past, right at that saddle, or just past it, because I was losing grip with my footwear. It was so steep, and I was falling. And if I'm ever falling going forward, then there's no way I'm gonna go back that. Not with these footwear. And I can't really wear mountaineering boots anymore. They hurt. Anyway, in case you're curious what I'm wearing, I wear Topo Athletic trail dentures out here. I also like their Traverse. I wore that on the CDT, but and around some hikes that weren't as brutal, because they don't really have the same grip power that these ones have. So when I'm gonna do something steep, I reach for my trail dentures. I just don't like the fact that they're waterproof, because, you know, it's kind of muggy inside. When you're out here doing these severe bushwhacks and hikes. This is a dang steep road, man. Let me tell you. We just came up to a little bit of a rounding out point before it continued going down again. And I gotta tell you, you can really easily fall here. It's super easy. It's hard to not. See, I almost just fell right there. The leaves, the oak and the bay leaves. Yes. I know there's somebody there that goes, what? Bay leaves? Yeah, look. Look at this right here. That's bay laurel. Oh, I'm in the final stretch. No more trail work. We're right on the part of County Line Road that you can drive on. Not you or me, but the ranger, search and rescue, and the game warden. But they don't come up here. I can tell you that they don't. After studying it for years and years and years, there was only one time that changed, and that was when there was a search and rescue out, and the guy was kind of dumb. He didn't know where Baldwin Ranch Road was, because that's where the guy's car was found. And he didn't know that that was in Ragged Point, not at County Line, and this is County Line Road. He just saw the road and he decided to come up here, and of course his keys worked at the gate. Oh wow, I was being followed by a Hummer. Hummers have taken interest in me today. I think that's probably a good sign. All right, enough yapping. Final report. I'm proud of my accomplishments based on the energy level that I had, because I also did trail work on the way back. Did a lot, actually, and a lot of pickup where I had just cut and dropped so I could just continue going because it was getting late. So on the way back I had to haul those away. So it was a long time up there, but based on the energy level that I have after that wicked bushwhack to the top of Mount Mars over there, from that, with all those obstacles, oh my god. Anyway, with what energy level I had remaining, I think I did quite a lot. But it still is a little rough in a few sections, or a little tight, not rough, we'll say tight, where you will make contact. And I didn't do everything, but I did everything that was really substantial. And if I could easily just squeeze right through and I could visually see it and there's no ambiguities, then I would just do it. I go through it and I wouldn't cut it. And then the ones where I'm like, I'm wondering if somebody, their first time, would they miss this? And so I just cut down anything that made it remotely ambiguous to somebody. So I don't want anybody to lose their life following a trail up to Mount Mars. All right, well, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day.